Top to the river to you guys. It's me, Riverboardsia here. We're back with some coding from Codesters here. I've showed you a few videos of this before, and I just discovered made something. It's an open world, real style game, and it took me all this code here just to make it. If you guys are interested, I'll show you, which I'm going to show you anyway. I'm sorry. Basically, I made a whole world that is open world in Coasters. This is a limited program, and I've made this inside. This is awesome. And I've also started to make some more things. I've also started to add in these props. This guy here is just a tester. I call them slimes. Slimes as for tester, which doesn't make sense because it doesn't have like a code name or anything. It's just called slimes. I have 2 of them on the map to test this. I also have up here in the map corner me moving around with my little dot so you can tell you are on the map. Pretty accurate. So now when you click on him, it puts up this question box here, and then it tells you stuff. Hi, I am a slime, but you can call me Blue Guy. Do you like me? And then you type in something like, yes, I do like you. You are the best slime. And then he would respond saying, oh, thank you. And then stuff like that. But I'm going to later on add a white box that's going to pop up with the character of the image, just like any of those talking things. I was just using him as a talk to see if it worked, because what I did here is such a rig that only certain programs work on this. And it's extremely hard to program this game map. And it took me forever just to put this slime here. Now, you might be wondering, how, River? Well, okay, there's no rooming system. Now, if you ever had any of Construct 2, or if you ever used Game Maker, they always have this thing where you can create a room. Correct? And now wherever you move around on the codes that you give the character to move, he moves around inside this room. Well, guess what? The room is the size of this box, and you can't get it any larger. But just like Scratch and other programs, you can go off the screen. Now, you know how like people have to make these things or barriers for guys to not go off the screen? Well, let me tell you guys, there is a barrier. Well, not a barrier. There's no barrier at all. That's the thing. There's no barrier. Sorry, no barrier. So I basically got an image. I went over here and I was like, Earthbound. And then I searched it up, and then I put map, because I know they have cool pixely maps. And then I was like, ooh, let me go and use this for it. And then I found this map here, which is the exact same map I'm having right here. And then what I did was I uploaded the image by going, copy address. And then I went over here to the sprites and went in here and go to your sprites, and it's here because I uploaded, copied the your old image thing, then uploaded the image, of course, and then I put it in here. Now the image itself is, remember this, it is 244 by 1631. That's the size of the map. Now I blew up the map by coming up in a close image. So now this is the box, correct? Let's look at my hands. This is the box that we're seeing on the screen right now. The map goes this big. It's off the screen, but inside is the map. So what I did was I moved the whole map whenever you move to look like this guy is moving. This guy right here is moving. But this little dude here, the main character I have here, is not moving. He's staying in the exact same spot of the screen the whole time. He's not moving. So now this allows me to put animations on him, because this is so limited. I can't make him move and put animations on him, which kind of sucks, because now I have to make a new character and make my own animations for it, because they do not have those animation boxes where you can say, please do this, like Scratch. It's more limited than Scratch, I can tell you that, this program. So I have to do a bunch of stuff just to make it look like this guy's moving, but this game's going to be sick when I'm done with it. Anyway, the whole map has a bug too. Well, and now I have the whole thing where I can show you, which there is no bridge here. The bridge is actually down here. The thing's kind of inaccurate. Like I said, it's pretty accurate, but not accurate. I'm still working on the map. The map is pretty not accurate. But just above here is the next slime that I tested with. Now, he told me all the bugs. So now Now, River, wait a minute. If the whole map is moving, how did you place down characters that only are not the size of the map? Well, guess what? I made my own characters the size of the map. So, if you don't have Launchpad, it's okay. You can just get Google Drive no matter what. I went on Google Drive here, and I'm gonna go into my actual account because this is my other account. So let me go there. Okay, so this is where the production happens. So right here, these are the slimes right here, the blue slimes. Now this is what I did. I went and opened it up with Pink to Open Art, which you don't have to use. I just use this because it was much easier. And then of course it's gonna go here. Oh, no advertisements. Get out of here. Now this is what I did here. I got the whole size of the map. Now, it's not here anymore, but I put the whole size of the map. This whole screen here, all this blank spot is the whole size of the map. And then I made a little character slime that I made myself on a second layer. So I made a new layer, and then I put it below him. And then with that layer, I put the new layer. I put the whole Earthbound map. And then I positioned him exactly where I wanted. Then I deleted the Earthbound map, and now he is the size of the map, but he has the position where I want him to be. So then I added him and gave him the same code as the map. So whenever he moves around, whenever the map moves around, he moves around with the map because he's the same size as the map. But his actual image is not. So this gives the illusion of him staying in one spot. Unfortunately, it does have its drawbacks. Whenever I go away, sometimes the slimes move a little bit in certain positions if I'm somewhere on the map, or if I did something, then the slimes move like an inch or two, or just like a little tiny bit, and it kind of bothers me, and I can't fix it, unfortunately, because once the map moves, I don't know what position it is in. So, yeah, and then I found out the second thing is, if you guys know my previous series really? With my game is that whenever what I did was I wanted to make him talk now. I wanted a story, right? But the problem is there's the size of the map. So whenever I would click on the character, the thing would go all the way to the bottom of the screen and then would pop up a name or something. And I was like, what's happening? Anyway, so what happened was I was like, what? So I remembered that whenever you did a question key, whenever you... So whenever you did a question, a little box would pop up, not above the screen, but exactly somewhere around here, off the screen sometimes, like somewhere where the code is. Well, I will probably use this in some other thing and use the code myself, but because this is, Python, I could literally just copy the code. Really? I could just copy the code and then, put it on some other program or like another Python program and then make the game again. So it's not a loss of progress. Anyway, so what happens is whenever you click on him, the thing comes up here, right? Now, oh my God. So, the question... Oh my God. So, it will always bother me that this question icon would always pop up somewhere random on the screen, and I remember it did that, so I'm like, wait a minute, so I don't have to do this other code here where it goes... I don't have to make this other code on the bottom of the screen before, the question icon. So I could just have the question thing up here without it being on the other side of the screen. So I fixed that, but I don't really want that, so I'm going to make a text box, like some of my other games I showed you, but like a different version. And I'll show you what I mean. I was experimenting with some other projects that gave me the idea. Now, some of my original products here, like this one, I'll show you this one here, the one of the Steve one. So now it would ask the question correct, and then you do this. Oh wait, no, let me redo that. Yes. Oh no, this one's buggy. Let me get another one. I think I had. Here's another one, an answering one. So now, it would have this, and this is one of my answering ones, and another testing one I'll show for a better option that doesn't have graphics. Now, this one, you would answer it. Now, there's multiple sprites actually in here. I actually have two little tiny white boxes somewhere in here that are saying these things here, but I found out that there's another thing that's called text, and I went over here because this won't work with this project over here very well. It would take a lot of effort for this one to make that. So this is actually much better. So right here I have text box, and then it says coaster text, not say or answer or have any hidden stuff. And then I could position wherever I want the text. So in this one here, I just made a simple testing anime game, and it would say this, and then it would still have this answering thing, but this time the text box would set the text box, and I wouldn't have to have an extra sprite in there doing it. So the loading for the game would be more faster, or I don't even think it's faster is a word, is it? Anyway, that would work. This would work for the project over here. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And that's pretty much it. Don't really have that much code to talk about here. Thank you for watching. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and goodbye.